companies or institutions or money managers, whatever you want to call them, that has an ETF as well. I believe they're second in terms of AUM to BlackRock. So this is a pretty big deal, guys. Fidelity is not a small player, that's for sure. But I think it just really highlights the trend that we're seeing. And I've spoken about, on the refuel plenty of times now, but this trend of real world assets coming on chain, TradFi coming on chain, these institutions coming on chain. And I remember, I think it was the last episode I did, I spoke about how I believe that native retail onboarding to crypto is has become quite saturated at this point and may have even peaked. But that doesn't mean that adoption has peaked at all. I do think that over the next few years, most people who kind of come into crypto are going to basically not even realize that they're using crypto. They're going to be using things that are built by these institutions, that are built built into their products, built into the existing product suites there, and they'll just be able to get exposure to whatever they want, whether that be assets or different features or anything like that. And I think that while it may not be the cypherpunk vision that we all kind of wanted to happen, if you're being realistic about these sorts of things, most people, given the option, will take like the easiest path. They'll take the path of least resistance. And currently onboarding, onto a centralized exchange, withdrawing your funds to your own wallet, and then going and using a DApp is not the path of least resistance, and probably won't ever be the path of least resistance. I'm glad that path exists for people like us, like enthusiasts, right? But for most people, they're going to want just something that's really easy for them to use. Because if we're being realistic, most people don't have the time to do what we do as enthusiasts, right? They have so many other things going on in their lives, and the last thing they want to do is have to sit down and do all this research on how to onboard onto the on-chain economy. What they're going to do realistically is use the existing kind of banks and institutions that they already use, and then they'll be able to access those products via that. That's why these products like ETFs are so popular, because ETFs is just a wrapper around an asset, really, but that wrapper is the killer product. It basically abstracts away all of the management, all of the kind of tax, tax obligations and stuff like that. Abstracts all of that away and just gives you a really simple product that you can use to speculate on and to invest in whatever you want, whether that be stocks or now crypto, obviously with BTC and ETH, and I'm sure others are coming. Whatever it is, gold, stuff like that, you can use ETFs to do that, and it's just such a really great product, and that's why ETFs have had so much inflows over the decades, because they're such good products. They're the path of least resistance. So this goes for anything in life, not just financial kind of things, but I think financial things definitely are up there as like the top thing people look at. But in terms of like taking the path of least resistance, that's why a lot of people, when it comes to smartphones, but if you want the path of least resistance, at least traditionally, it was to go down the path of an iPhone, right? Android's a lot better these days, a lot simpler to use. But I remember in the original days of Android, it was very difficult to use. It was way harder than an iPhone, and most people opted into an iPhone, and they still do. I mean, honestly, I've used both lately, like the latest Android, the latest iOS. They're pretty like similar in terms of, I guess, ease of usability, but then it comes down to the ecosystem. Obviously, if you're already in the Apple ecosystem, you have like a MacBook, you have an iPad, it obviously makes sense to have an iPhone as well to keep it all in the ecosystem. Same goes for something like Samsung's products or Google's products as part of the Android suite there. I think the same is going to be true for on-chain stuff, for crypto, where if you're already part of an ecosystem where you already have an account with some TradFi institution or some some bank, then you're probably going to want to stick with them because you trust them, you know them, you know your way around that. And then when they start offering you crypto-related products, you're probably just going to get exposure via them. You're not going to come on-chain and do it yourself. That's for enthusiasts, that's for people who want to be more involved, and there's plenty of those people, don't get me wrong, but I think if we're looking kind of looking at the past and then into the future, I'm pretty sure, everyone who wanted to speculate on crypto at this point has pretty much done it. Like, it's very easy these days to speculate on crypto, so I definitely feel like we've saturated the retail market in terms of speculation, and I should say retail market here, because when it comes to institutions and money managers and TradFi, they are just now getting involved, but retail, normal retail investors with their, investing their own money.
My collection is ever growing.
Nothing gets...
And you're next! Chill out!
Unleash Fel!
Fresh fell steel, hot out of the kiln.
A dream come true. And you're next!
I have
Chill out!
little time.
Release me, I will grant you a monstrous discount.
Dream big!
Our betrayers will suffer endless torment.